Hey, what is going on, y'all? It is your boy Xeno Martinez here, back again with another video. And as promised, it is a build video featuring my favorite ninjutsu in the game, Chakra Scalpel. Now, Chakra Scalpel a few months back got a buff that actually made the tracking increased and just its usability so much higher. So, with that being said, let's get into the video. First up on our list is Chakra Scalpel, which is a personal favorite of mine and one that you receive from the Kabuto VR Master. Cellular Extraction is also a jutsu you receive from a VR Master named Sakura, but unfortunately Insect Jamming is not available through any VR Masters and has to be unlocked by playing Healer for a number of different levels. Now here are the clothing stats for this build. If you don't have Fortune Reversal, my recommendation is to run Unbending Will on this build. Now, when thinking about how exactly to use this build, the first thing that you want to do is hit your opponents, primarily the enemy healer, with Chakra Scalpel, and then after that pop Insect Jamming, aka bugs, to provide the debuff to everyone on the team. Now, the reason why you want to hit the enemy healer with Chakra Scalpel first is because, as you can see from this clip, not only is your secret technique your sub, but also your ninjutsus are sealed, meaning that if you hit a healer with Chakra Scalpel, the only heal available to them is heal tag. And this is especially important because jutsus like Cellular Extraction, as well as secret techniques like Long Distance and Mitotic, can take your opponents out of the Insect Jamming debuff, which is extremely important because, as you can see here from this clip, Insect Jamming provides a crazy defensive debuff. And you can even see from this clip, I actually was full health when scouts pop bugs, and with just one basic combo of the Naginata staff, I was killed, aka touch of death. So you could imagine if you seal your opponent and then just do regular melee attacks with your teammates, they're gone. Something else to consider when running Chakra Scalpel is that not only does it seal your opponent's secret technique, substitution, and ninjutsu, but it also seals their ability to use their chakra jump, which is extremely important for, in particular, enemy healers, because chakra jump allows us to be able to do the chakra jump mechanic that increases our mobility on the battlefield. So if your mobility is impacted, that also means that you are unable to do any combo cancel mechanics as well, because you cannot use a chakra jump to engage in any kind of chakra cancellation whatsoever. Before we get into some gameplay of me using this build in online matches, aka mixes with some of my friends and clanmates, I do want to highlight that Chakra Scalpel is not a breaker for ninjutsus like Water Pillar or Sand Shield. So I want to keep that in mind. Now, there are times when you are able to enter an opponent's Water Pillar by popping Chakra Scalpel before they're engaged in the Water Pillar animation. But the truth is that one of the challenges with running Insect Jamming over long distance is that there is a possibility that your enemy team will be receiving their secret techniques a lot sooner than your teammates if you are unable to effectively continue to target and land the Chakra Scalpel on the enemy healer. And the reason why I say that is because although Chakra Scalpel has received a buff, the truth of the matter is that the tracking is still inconsistent. It may not hit 100% of the time, but about maybe 80 to 90% of the time you will land your Chakra Scalpels, but the truth is that you will miss some sometimes, which means that your enemy healer will still have access to all the ninjutsu and their substitution, as well as a secret technique. So it is important to understand that although this is a really great non-DLC build, it should not be the end all be all when it comes to playing support type on game modes like combat as well as base battle. And I say that in particular because I know that healers are oftentimes actually most Shinobi Striker players will sometimes only run one build for one game mode, and the truth is that you need to have versatility in your builds to be able to counter other builds that you may come across. So only running this Tracoscapo build is doing yourself and your team a disservice, so therefore please experiment, please explore, and please have more than one support type build for your team. And with that being said, let's get into gameplay.